They have combined totals of 700 appearances and 39 titles for Real Madrid, yet Lucas Vazquez and Nacho still somehow fly under the radar, with far lower profiles than their celebrated teammates. In recent weeks, however, the long-serving veterans have stepped out of the shadows to play key roles in their team's march towards another league and European double. And although neither may start Tuesday's Champions League semi-final first leg against Bayern Munich, the last decade has shown us that their time will inevitably come, and that they will be ready. It's time to sing the praises of Real's unsung duo. Kane Bellingham set for Champions League showdown. It was perhaps the best week of Vazquez's career. After coming off the bench during the second leg of Real's Champions League quarter-final at Manchester City, replacing Vinicius Jr. during extra time, the 32-year-old was entrusted with taking his team's third penalty in the nervy shootout. As a player who has made an entire career out of never letting anyone down, it was no surprise that he coolly dispatched his spot kick in the bottom left corner and casually wandered back to the halfway line as though nothing had happened. Vazquez shone even more brightly 4 days later as Real hosted Barcelona in El Clasico, deputizing for Dani Carvajal at right back. He won the penalty for his team's opener, scored the second with a fine first-time finish to make it 2-2 and then capped a perfect performance by delivering the cross for Jude Bellingham's dramatic injury-time winner. The England ace showed his gratitude by joining Vazquez for a celebratory jig, and later posted a succinct social media message, "Lucas Vasquez, you, expletive, legend." That description is not much of an exaggeration, because throughout the last decade Vazquez's steady presence down the right flank, either as a traditional winger or a marauding fullback, has been a consistent feature of an otherwise ever-evolving team. Born in the northwest Spanish region of Galicia, Vazquez relocated to the capital to join Real at the age of 16. After progressing through the club's junior ranks, he was elevated to senior football with a season-long loan at Espanyol in 2014-15, immediately proving to be a tireless performer who combined a great team ethic with attacking end product. He made 39 appearances during that debut campaign and was promoted to Real's senior squad upon his return. Since then he has never been far from the action, making at least 30 appearances every season except 2019-20, when he missed time with a broken toe. In the presence of stars such as Gareth Bale, Rodrigo and Carvajal on the right, Vazquez has rarely been a regular starter. But he's always been prepared to patiently wait for his turn to deliver, and, as demonstrated by Bellingham's show of affection, he's certainly appreciated in the dressing room. Vazquez is likely to be around for a while longer, though his contract expires this summer. He's thought to be close to agreeing a new deal to extend his Bernabeu stay, and from his recent performances, he's certainly earned it. Pessimistic. Nacho takes responsibility. Another successful penalty taker in the shootout against City was Nacho, who played the full 120 minutes in the heart of defense and netted the fourth spot kick by sending Ederson the wrong way with an emphatic shot. He had earlier delivered an outstanding performance to shackle Erling Haaland, and his key role in the victory over the English champions was fitting because he has been more indispensable than ever in the past few months, usually content to fill the role of versatile deputy whenever a vacancy arises anywhere across the back four. Long-term injuries to both Eder Militao and David Alaba have seen Nacho join Antonio Rudiger in Carlo Ancelotti's first-choice central defensive pairing. Ancelotti's belief in Nacho was underlined in January when the club refused to rush into the transfer market despite Militao and Alaba's injuries, instead placing their confidence in Nacho to step up, and that's nothing new, because the Italian coach has always been an enthusiastic advocate of the versatile abilities of Nacho, who was named club captain following Karim Benzema's departure last summer. Specifically, Ancelotti has given him the peculiar praise of being a pessimistic defender, always expecting the worst to happen, and therefore possessing the necessary anticipation to snuff out moments of danger that others would not have foreseen. Nacho's success in carving out a glittering career is even more impressive for the fact that he was diagnosed as diabetic aged 12, a year after joining Real's youth setup. He ignored initial advice to stop playing football and now credits diabetes for helping his career develop, forcing him to learn at an unusually early age to take responsibility for his body and his diet. That sense of self-reliance has always been evident in his play, with Nacho uncomplainingly shuffling around whichever back four gap needs to be filled, often waiting uncomplainingly on the bench. His display against City might not be enough to keep him in the team. Militao is now fit again and could well displace Nacho for the run-in, starting with Tuesday's trip to Harry Kane's Bayern. Like Vazquez, 34-year-old Nacho is also out of contract this summer, but he is much less likely to renew amid speculation linking him with moves to Italy and the United States. After more than 20 years on Real's books, it will be hard to say goodbye, but bowing out by lifting the Champions League trophy would be the perfect finale.